so good to be back here again. I remember I got my first Bengal Pride award 8 years ago, when I was in 4th grade. And it just felt so good to hold that plaque in my hand and just, feel acknowledged on all the hard work that I did. And as a 4th grader, that meant so much to me. You pay attention to for all my hard work. So I made it a personal goal for myself to get Bengal Pride every single year. Elementary school, middle school, and high school. It was definitely not an easy thing to do. But nothing beyond this point is beyond your abilities, trust me. As long as you keep that same work ethic and that same drive to succeed, none of it is impossible. If there's one thing that I've learned throughout high school, throughout school in general, it's that intelligence is nothing without the passion and the motivation to succeed. Because you can be one of the smartest people out there, but if you're not driven to something, if you don't have any goals, then what's the point of it all, And I mean, in high school, it's so easy to get caught up in all these different things, like, sports, clubs, work, having a social life, and it's very easy to just get better grades stuff at the wayside, but then, fall like that. As long as you stay focused on what's important, you can manage it all. I mean, I did a lot of things in school. I did student council, other groups, musicals, National Honor Society, plays, but by doing all those things, it taught me how to discipline myself and to manage my time. So doing all these things isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as you know how to maintain your same grades. So now I'm third in the class and going to my dream school for pretty much free, so it really does work out in the end. As long as I'm over in college, no matter. My point is that you just have to keep going, don't stop working hard, keep going, because you really just pay off in the long run, I promise you. And also, if you get a chance, please thank teachers and the principal because they put in so much work for you guys every day, and they provide such a foundation for us every day. So just take a second to thank them. Before I finish, I just want to share one quote that I got from one of the plays that I did in high school. It's by Parental. All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. I want to thank you all for helping me speak today.
It's a pleasure for me to introduce the valedictorian at Bloomfield High School, Mr. Vincent Lake.
Good morning. I would like to congratulate all the students for getting this award, all the parents to make that happen. So what is Bengal Pride? Well, Bengal Pride shows two things to me. First, that you're very studious and hardworking. Trust me, to get Bengal Pride is not an easy thing. I remember my parents focusing and pressuring me to get Bengal Pride, and I think I got it once in elementary school. So to do it means that you're very determined and that you're willing to put in the hours. And I believe also you have to get all ones for like society and how you deal with other kids. And that shows how you can develop in society and how you can cooperate with other kids. And these two features are extremely important. I remember middle school and high school and being able to put in the work and feeling that I can do this is extremely important, and that's what Bengal Pride helps you do. You feel that you can do the work, and it helps you get through hard times. Like, I remember not being able to do all the things in high school and getting all the good grades, but I remember how much hard work I put in to get Bengal Pride, and how that determination, what kind of achievements you get Bengal Pride, you get good grades, and that's because you can put in the hard work. and that helps you a lot through your education and hopefully higher education. And the society part of it, to get ones, you have to cooperate with all the other kids, and you have to learn how to function in society. It's not just work, work, work. You can't simply regurgitate information. You have to teach others, and that's how our society moves on. And I believe having ones is extremely important. And I remember in high school, because I didn't do too well in elementary, I got maybe Bengal Pride once, and that I never really learned I can appreciate the society skills that you learn. So unlike Max, I wasn't able to do all the clubs, I wasn't outgoing, but I slowly developed. And I joined tennis, and I joined honor society, and you all have all the students here, they have a great opportunity because they have the skills, they have the good grades, they have all the ones, they're ready to continue with their education. And all you have to do is remember, put the plaque up in your room, look at it every day, be like, I studied hard, I deserve this, I work well with other kids, let me continue to do this. So yes, congratulations again. Good job, everyone.
Thank you, gentlemen. It truly was an honor for them to give up their time to be with us today. Gentlemen, you're welcome to stay, enjoy the ceremony, have a treat, or if you have to run back and take an exam or something cool like that, go ahead. But I did talk to their principal first, so they have permission to be here. Okay, we're going to begin our presentations now. We have several of them, and what's going to happen is as the child's name is called, just simply come up, stand next to me or the teacher, and we'll present you with a wonderful gift, and the teachers will say some kind words to you. Is there a chair there? Okay. Okay, we're going to begin now with our fourth grade teachers, and there you see their names. Okay, and we'll get to, I think, Mrs. Doribo's class first. So come on up, let's welcome Mrs. Doribo.
First, I'd like to call Ali Isra. I'm very happy to be presenting Ali this award this year. Ali is excelling across all subject areas and continues to grow here at Fairview School. Most days you can find him reading his favorite books or playing language arts and math games on the computer or iPad. Ali is a fantastic reader and shows great interest particularly in science and social studies. He is a perfect learner. Ali is the type of learner who can read a study guide and have every fact memorized by the following day. Ali is also a sweet and friendly boy who is loved by his peers in the Fairview community. Next year, I will miss hearing his enthusiastic "Goodbye, Mrs. Grifo, goodbye, classmates" at the end of the day. With the guidance and support of Mrs. Gorman, Mr. Mack, and myself, we are very proud that Ali has had his best year yet, and look forward to what he will accomplish in the future. Congratulations, Ali. Next, I'd like to call Manuel Lopez. Manuel is one of the most well-rounded students I've ever met, who excels in all areas, in the classroom particularly in math. During math, Manuel finishes his independent work so quickly and correctly that I give him several math challenge problems to complete. When he finishes that, you can find him asking to play Challenge 24. Which is a game that involves a set of 4 numbers where you must use different operations to total the number 24. One memory that sticks out in my mind is one day when Manuel was playing Challenge 24 with a small group of students. He excitedly came over to me and said that they just solved a very challenging part and asked if I could solve it. Well, I think he gave me all of about 10 seconds before he took the card back, told me I ran out of time, and and that they need to get back to solving their next round. When Manuel is not solving math problems, you can find him reading about dinosaurs. Outside of school, he excels in soccer and baseball and is part of teams that travel outside of Bloomfield for competitions. I'm looking forward to hearing about all the fantastic things Manuel will accomplish in 5th grade all the way through high school. Whether it's starting a soccer team or a math competition, I know he will succeed in the future. With that being said, Manuel, you are highly deserving of this award today, and you should be very proud of yourself. Next, I'd like to call up Sophia Chernyshova. I'm so proud to be presenting Sophia with this award this year. Sophia is an exceptional student. She is successful across all subject areas and always strives for the very best. It's difficult for me to choose a best subject for Sophia. She's top of the class in math, as well as an excellent reader and writer. During Reader's Workshop, she's always explaining her ideas in a clear and concise manner that all her classmates can relate to. I'm continually impressed by her ideas and description in her writing as well, as she can really bring her writing to life. Sophia is a well-rounded student who stays busy out of school with her acting classes. She is a kind and considerate classmate, always willing to help anyone. This year, anytime the class went on the computer, she always offered to help me log everyone on before beginning herself. She and her friends offered to help me organize my entire classroom library this year. And she always likes to give me books that she thinks would be great for our reading lessons. I really enjoyed having Sophia in my class this year and will miss her lending a hand. Sophia, you should be very proud of yourself and all your efforts this year. I'm looking forward to hearing about all your future accomplishments. Congratulations. Dear David. It's very special for me to be presenting Dia with this award this year because I have known her since she was born. I had her brother deep in my class back in 2006 when he was just a baby. Although we're coming up on almost 10 years ago now, I still remember seeing her as a baby with her mom as quiet and alert as can be. And I'm not surprised that this is exactly how she is in school to this day. Dia is an excellent listener and continues to have that quiet yet friendly demeanor that her classmates look up to. She's one of those students who possesses complete academic excellence. Dia is top of the class in math and goes above and beyond when explaining her answers. When presented with a difficult problem, she will not give up until she's found the answer. She's also an avid reader. Dia has passed over 50 accelerated reader quizzes and spends hours reading each week at home. Several times a week, Dia will come to school, show me the new book she is reading, and tell me how much she's enjoying it. Then she will summarize the part she just read and tell me how she can't wait to find out what happens next. It is so refreshing to see her love for reading. Dia, I'm so proud of you this year. There's no doubt in my mind that you're completely deserving of Bengal Pride, and I can't wait to hear about all your future successes. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Garifo. And we have Mrs. Pisani now who will present her Bengal Pride recipients. Mrs. Pisani.
It has been a privilege to have Michaela in my class this year. She is sweet, outgoing, and extremely trustworthy. She arrives to school every day with a big smile on her face, ready to learn. She has a bubbly personality that is contagious, and I think that's why the other students in the class gravitate towards her. I can honestly say that she makes my job fun. She's enthusiastic about everything, and is always eager to share a story or anecdote, usually about her dog Moochie. Michaela wants to be a vet when she grows up, and I have no doubt that her love of animals will propel her to be an outstanding one. The stories she shares about the amount of trouble Moochie gets in would make anyone cringe, anyone except for Michaela. She lovingly defends the Pooch's actions, despite the havoc that she may have wreaked. Michaela's kindness carries over to her peers as well. She makes sure to include everyone and sticks up for those who don't speak up for themselves. Recently, she asked to speak with me in private and informed me that one of the kids in the class was getting picked on at lunch. He was too embarrassed to tell me, but she wanted to make sure that I knew and that something was done about it. If there were more people like Michaela in this world, it would truly be a better place. Michaela works extremely hard at everything she does. She asks questions when she doesn't understand something or simply wants to know more about a particular topic. She doesn't just show up to class. She's here to learn, and that's evident in her active participation. I have no doubt that Michaela will have a bright and successful future, both in and out of Fairview School. Congratulations, Michaela, you deserve this honor. Jake Charles. Jake is a delight to have in my classroom. He loves to learn, and it is evident in the amount of effort he puts forth every day in class. He arrives ready to learn and gives everything 110%. If he missed even 2 homework assignments over the course of the entire year, that's a lot. In fact, I remember when Jake had the flu earlier this year and was out for an entire week. The day he got back, he handed me most of his missed assignments and assured me the rest would come the next day. Now, I'm not sure if he's aware of this or not, but I actually told his mom not to worry about all of the missed work. Jake is such a strong student that I was confident I could just catch him up when he returns. Jake's mom might not have told him this tidbit of information, or maybe Jake just wanted to make sure he wouldn't miss anything, but he completed each and every assignment and handed it in as soon as he got back. Jake takes pride in his work and never rushes to be the first one done. When he makes a mistake, he never gives up. He raises his hand and asks questions until he's able to correct his mistake. Sometimes he doesn't even ask for help with the correct answer. He tackles it on his own. I can see the frustration in his eyes, but the most rewarding part is when I see the light bulb finally go off in his head and a smile appear on his face. I think that's the thing I most admire about Jake. He doesn't take the easy way out. He confronts a challenge head on and overcomes it. I have no doubt that this unique quality will help him go far in life. Jake, I'm so proud of you and can't wait to see all the amazing things that life has in store for you. Congratulations. Nathan Sennett. Nathan's the type of student that everyone wants to have. He is quiet, respectable, and well-behaved. I don't think I have once reminded him to pay attention or focus on his work. Nathan's grades speak for themselves, and he consistently earns perfect scores in almost every single thing he does. While he shines in all subjects, Nathan's math skills far surpass kids his age and even older. In fact, I don't recall a single marking period where Nathan earned less than 98% in math. If my life depended on one of my students correctly answering a math problem, I can confidently say that I would trust Nathan to have the correct answer. Additionally, with the ever-changing math standards, students are now held accountable for much more than ever before. Yet that has no ill effect whatsoever on Nathan. Nathan aspires to be a computer engineer when he grows up because, as he puts it, writing code combines both his love of math and computers. With his math talents, I have no doubt that he will be one of the most successful engineers in his field. Nathan is also successful outside of school. He loves playing chess and was a member of the Fairview chess team. Additionally, Nathan is an avid piano player and takes weekly lessons. All in all, he's the epitome of a well-rounded student. Congratulations, Nathan. I'm honored to have you in my class this year, and you more than deserve it. Angel Rodriguez. Angel is the second of the Rodriguez siblings that I've had the pleasure of teaching. Angel is an absolute delight to have in class, just like his sister Camilla was. I remember telling his mom at conference time that I've never met such well-mannered, polite, hard-working children in my life. It is a true testament to their upbringing. School seems to come easy for Angel, as he earned a 95% or higher in almost every subject for every single marking period. With that said, there's always room for improvement, and Angel and I work together to elevate his writing skills, which is no easy feat since he holds himself to such high standards to begin with. Even so, we focus on elaboration and voice, and I can honestly say that his writing is now one of the best I've ever seen. One of the writings that Angel did way back in November still sticks out in my mind. The children were tasked with writing about someone they admire, and Angel chose his dad. When I read it, my eyes welled up with tears, and it was easy to see what an extraordinary role model he has in his life. All kids should be so lucky. Perhaps even more important than academics is the fact that Hal has a big heart. He is quick to offer a struggling classmate extra help, even if it means less time that he could read independently, which is one of his favorite things to do. On several occasions, he worked with particular students who was having difficulty with math. Since I truly believe that sometimes kids learn better from one another, I asked him to help her for a few minutes. He immediately said yes and didn't want to stop. When I told him that we were going to move on to another subject and asked him to return to his seat, he assured me he only needed a little more time and that he was making a lot of progress with her. He wasn't being condescending at all. He genuinely wanted to help. As you can see on Hal has certainly earned Bengal Pride, and I'm sure that we will continue to see his face at this ceremony for years to come. Congratulations on Hal. Keep up the outstanding.
Thank you, Mrs. Pizzani. Okay, it's a pleasure for me to introduce one of our fourth grade teachers, Ms. Kristen Robinson, who will present her recipient. Thank you, Kristen.
Hardworking, determined, studious, friendly, and athletic sums up this year's recipient of receiving the honor of Bengal Pride. Michael Haberman certainly helped make the school year one that will never be forgotten. I have watched Michael grow this school year. In September, he walked into my classroom a shy little boy, but that is not the same person standing before us today. Michael is now a confident young man. He has come out of his shell. He will attempt any task he put before him, no matter how easy or hard it may appear. His willingness to help others is something that should be noted as well. I can always count on Michael, and so will his classmates. But that quality will help him go far in life. Michael has contributed so much to the fourth grade year. Maybe from the answers he gives to all the cool objects he has brought in to share during science class. Anyone who gets to know this young man is very lucky. Michael has a bright future ahead of him. There is nothing he can't accomplish. I was very lucky to have taught Michael this school year. The Haberlin family is a wonderful family, and I have enjoyed every moment of getting to know him and his family over the years. It is with pride and honor that I congratulate Michael on receiving this recognition of Bengal Pride. I wish you all the best the world has to offer you. Renee England. Generous, caring, determined, warm-hearted, and helpful describes this wonderful young lady who is the recipient of receiving the honor of Bengal Pride. Renee England was a model fourth grade student that helped make this a wonderful school year. Right from September, I knew Renee would be a great asset to the class. She has grown so much this year. Renee has so much to offer. Her ability to care and help others comes so natural for her. She'll be a great teacher one day. When doing group work, I especially loved when it was time to check in with her group. She would bring so much to the table. She was never afraid of a challenge. Anyone who worked with her would agree. Renee has the world at her fingertips. There's nothing that she won't be able to accomplish. No matter what path she takes, this young woman is going to grow to be very successful. Renee and her family will be missed next year in the fourth grade. Her fifth grade teacher is very lucky to be getting such a wonderful young lady. And with that being said, it's with honor that I congratulate Renee on receiving this recognition of Bengal Pride. I wish you all the best.
Now, before I ask Mr. Taggart to come up, you heard many references to families, and one thing I've learned in my career, a lot of years, is that as great as the school might be, and I'm very proud of everything that happens here, this is a great school because of the wonderful people we have. But in any successful case, especially you heard these young men reference their families, it's the family that makes the difference, folks. It's the family. And I see you all here regularly, and that's what matters. It's a powerful message that families give to their children. The school is as functional and successful as the family permits it to be. I've been a principal in a couple of schools, I've been around a long time. There is no doubt in my mind that you, families, make the difference in the success of these children. So give yourself a round of applause. Mr. Taylor, come on up. Mr. Taylor was in fourth grade here just a few years ago. You're going to be your fourth grade teacher. It's unbelievable.
questioning what she learns and furthering her knowledge. She's an independent thinker who truly enjoys the challenge. Skylar also has a heart of gold, is a natural-born leader, and is always willing to help a classmate. She genuinely cares about her peers, as well as everyone around her. She is kind and warm-hearted, and is always ready to tell a joke and make a smile. Skylar also possesses many skills and talents. She's a fierce competitor on the soccer field. She also enjoys singing, the arts, and reading and writing creative chapter books. She even writes her own stories, including children's books that she writes for her younger sisters. She gives 100% of her efforts in all that she participates in. The sky is the limit for Skylar, and I am so proud of her. Although I will miss working with her, I wish her all the best as she enters 5th grade and know that she will accomplish great things. Congratulations. I'd like to invite Austin. I am so proud of Austin this school year. I have also had the privilege of working with Austin in 3rd and 4th grade, and truly enjoyed watching him learn and grow. This year, Austin has been an integral part of leading and assisting classroom discussions. Austin always has a thought-provoking idea to add during class discussions and debates. Austin's ideas have truly contributed to a productive learning environment. We could always count on Austin to make us ponder just a little bit more. I have truly enjoyed observing him engage in meaningful discussions with his peers. Austin loves learning, particularly social studies and science. He enjoys learning about the 50 states and the world around us. He likes traveling with his family and sharing and connecting his experiences with his peers at school, which is so meaningful. You could always find Austin with a library book or a map in his hand. He's a very thoughtful, respectful young man, and I'm so very proud of him. I will miss Austin next year, but know he will do amazing things in the future. Congratulations, Austin. I am so proud of Kayla Esposito. She's come a long way, and it's been very exciting watching her grow. I've seen her work since 3rd grade, and through observation, I have learned that Kayla never gives up. She consistently puts all of her pride and effort into everything she does. She's a determined student that is dedicated to achieving greatness. Kayla is an exceptional writer with an exciting imagination. She loves reading and writing and expressing her ideas. She's also a creative artist with an eye for detail. She loves the color pink and anything with glitter. Kayla has been an integral part of the Forum community. She's a fun-loving, active cheerleader who's always ready to laugh with her peers. She consistently is willing to lend a helping hand to a friend, and she cares about others. Her selfless ways are truly an inspiration to all of us. As much as we will miss her next year, as she begins her journey in a new school, I hope that she parts Fairview School with confidence and knowledge that she will succeed wherever she goes. I know that Kayla will do great things in the future, and I'm very proud of her. Congratulations. Congratulations to Trevor for all that he's done in 4th grade, and I know that he's more than ready to enter 5th grade. Trevor pours his heart and soul into everything he does. His curiosity and desire to learn are powerful qualities that will lead him to success. Trevor has many skills and talents. He enjoys math and has a strong number sense. Trevor takes pride in his mental math abilities and can fluidly apply math to real-world situations. He's also an athletic student and an intense competitor on the baseball field, as well as the football field. You can always find Trevor with a sports book in hand, studying the stats, ready to share the next best play with you. He never gives up and always puts forth his best effort in all that he does. He's a considerate, responsible young man who consistently shows kindness toward others. I will miss Trevor questioning. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to invite Christian Tirada. I'm so very proud of all that Christian has accomplished this year. It has been such a pleasure watching him grow. Christian's passion for reading is truly admirable. Christian enjoys reading and learning about animals most of all. You can always find him reading the latest spirit animals books. In addition, he enjoys nonfiction books and loves sharing the facts that he learns. I truly enjoy all that Christian shared with me over the course of the school year and know that his peers enjoyed it as well. Christian is also a skilled writer with an adventurous imagination. He's always eager to participate and share his writing and ideas. Christian is also a skilled Taekwondo student. He enjoys the intensity and challenges of Taekwondo, and he cultivates the same intensity towards schoolwork. He's very dedicated in all that he does. In addition, you can always count on Christian to be there for his friends. I will certainly miss Christian next year, but know that he will do amazing things in the years to come. Congratulations, Christian.
Thank you, Mr. Taken. She was in fourth grade when I arrived here in 1989. Isn't that just amazing? How many of you are Bengal High School grads? Raise your hand. We have several of our staff that are actual Bengal grads and more upstairs. So you should be very proud of what Bengal High School does to create these wonderful teachers. Let's thank those teachers. Thanks, guys. I also want to take a minute to acknowledge and thank our Fairview Home and School Association for providing this wonderful breakfast for everybody today. So let's thank them. Okay, and we're ready for Mrs. Rada. Mrs. Rada, will you please come forward? Let's give Ms. Rada a nice welcome.
out Mr. Donovan Edwards. I've known Donovan since he first came to our school when he was in third grade. Having had him in class this year, I now know what an outstanding student he is. Donovan is an avid reader, and because of this, he has brought me many insights to our reading workshops this year. I was always glad when Donovan had his hand up and wanted to share, because I knew his comments often got the rest of the class thinking and looking at things in different ways that prompted much discussion and debate. Donovan enjoys working on class projects, especially when there's art involved. He loves to draw and is a very talented artist. He takes pride in his work, and when he works on a project, he's very focused until the job is done. He's a team player, and I've often heard him encouraging others when we have past games and competitions. He's also very competitive and always strives to do his best. I will definitely miss the many one-to-one conversations I have had with Donovan during the course of the year. We often talk about my dog Cosmo, and Donovan always asks about Cosmo's latest antics. We have shared much candy and many laughs about Cosmo over the course of the year. I know Donovan has a bright future ahead of him. I'm confident that whatever goals he sets for himself and focuses on, he will reach. I will look forward to hearing about his future accomplishments. Congratulations, Donovan. When I first met Emily, I saw a petite, quiet, hardworking girl. Now that I've had already get to know her, I know that inside, this feisty little girl is a spunky, natural leader. And she's also a great help in the classroom. She always goes above and beyond what's assigned, and she strives to be the best she can be. Whether it be a writing assignment or an art project, Emily puts her heart into her work. She gets along well with her classmates and is always kind and considerate. When I watch Emily interact with other students in the class, and at times get aggravated when others aren't following directions, I see a future teacher in her. She displays leadership skills and is always a great help to other students, as well as myself in our classroom. Emily is also very responsible, whether it being consistently organized and prepared for all her classes, or passing out lunch cards for me. She always gets the job done. I'm sure the future holds many great things for Emily, and I firmly believe because of her sheer determination, she will accomplish anything she puts her mind to. I will look forward to hearing about all her successes in the future. Congratulations. Benny Duran. Benny is the type of student every teacher wants in their class. Just a great overall hardworking student, one of the sweetest, wanting to please personalities I've ever had the pleasure of having. I don't believe there's been a day that's gone by here that Benny's not greeted me with a good morning, have a nice lunch, how was your lunch, or have a nice day. He's just an all-around great kid. He's just as kind and pleasant to all his classmates as well. He works well with anyone I put him in a group with and gets along with everyone in our class. I don't think I've ever seen Benny without a smile on his face, whether he's working with the group to accomplish a task or carrying down our lunch bin. He's always happy, smiling, and just wants to do a good job. He's not only pleasant and polite every day, but one of the hardest workers I've ever had. He's always prepared for class and ready for the day, and he gives 150% to anything he's working on, whether it be a writing assignment, a project, or a word search. Benny's also extremely responsible. He always keeps an eye on the clock and will remind me when it's time for him to get ready to head down to his instrumental lesson, take the lunch bin down, and especially time to pack up to go home. I truly believe Benny has a bright future and will accomplish any goal and success for himself. With a combination of his stellar work ethic and his consistently polite, sweet, and optimistic attitude, I believe he holds a winning combination. Congratulations.
very quiet in class, but when she has something to add to class discussions, her arm will be flailing until I call on her. She always has a unique take on things and brings much to our class discussions. She's an avid reader, and I rarely see her without a book in her hand. Carly is very well liked by her classmates. I attribute that to the kind, respectful way she treats everyone. She's always sweet and supportive to everyone around her. She never hesitates to offer help when needed and makes everyone around her feel comfortable and special. She takes pride in her work and always puts extra effort into everything she does, whether it be making sure the homework is written on the board correctly or her homework is not. Her hard work and sweet demeanor have made Kylie an asset to our class this year, and I will be looking forward to hearing of all her accomplishments next year and many years after that. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Rada. It's a pleasure to call up Mr. Ayala, one of our grade 5 teachers. Mr. Ayala.
Come on up, Sean.
Now, I first met Shane when he was in third grade. I was a paraprofessional in his third grade class for about, say, 2 months. He was very quiet in the beginning. Also this year he was very quiet. So I was waiting for him to break out of that shell, and now he's broken out. He's a great leader in our classroom. He's extremely hardworking. He takes great pride in his work, and he's extremely responsible. He cares deeply about everything he does, whether it's school or sports or a game of kickball at recess. And these are very admirable qualities. He actually makes me strive to be the best that I can. Watch him every day, and it's amazing that at such a young age he works and cares as deeply as he does about everything he does. This is just one of the many awards or accomplishments that this young man can expect to receive if he keeps going and caring the way that he does now. And remember this name, because when this young man is in high school, I guarantee you, whether it's for soccer, basketball, baseball, or grades, you're going to hear a lot more about this young man. Congratulations, Shane. Jericho. I also had the pleasure of meeting Jericho when he was in third grade, and she's now Miss Toledo. During that short time I was a paraprofessional. Then I learned that he was a model student. He's very quiet, he has a great sense of humor. I remember back in third grade I used to, kind of just float around the classroom and just stare at who was the man in our room. But I quickly learned how hardworking he was, how much he cares about his work and the pride he takes in it. He's also extremely respectful to others, and I think that's why his classmates have such a high level of respect for him. Everybody loves Jericho. He gets along with everybody. People constantly want to work in groups with Jericho. And he's got a lot of skills that are going to make him very successful with him. Congratulations, buddy. So, Martinez, come on. This is Priscilla's first year in Fairview School. She's a very quiet student. Now we have a very big classroom, so a lot of the time I have to speak very loudly so that everybody can hear me. And sometimes Priscilla will very politely go like this to let me know I'm being a little too loud. But she quickly made many friends. If I walk out on the playground, she doesn't think I realize it, but I hear how loud her voice can actually be. But she's always with a big group of students. She's very well liked, she's very respectful. She takes a lot of pride in her work. And she's really just a very genuine, very kind young lady who's been very successful. But she continues to work as hard and as responsible as she is. Congratulations, Priscilla. Maria Jose Castellano. Okay, Maria. Now, every day we come upstairs and hold the door open. I say good morning to everybody. Except Maria, I say buenos dias, which I think means good morning. Right? I hope so. She hasn't told me it doesn't yet, so I think I'm okay. Now, when Maria was here in kindergarten, and I believe up until about third grade, still needed a little bit of help as far as the language goes. But no, this is what she came, and now the fact that she's standing here with this award is truly amazing. She is an extremely hardworking and conscientious student, extremely caring and kind, and she gets along with another student that gets along with everybody. She's very artistic. She's constantly, students are coming up to her asking her to go. Various pictures, superheroes, all different things, having the kids going and hanging them on their lockers around the classroom. And one of the definitely highlights of Maria's year this year has to be that she is the captain of the Battle of the Books team that will be representing Fairview at Bengal Middle School. Last and certainly not least is the recipient. I too met Vincent when he was in third grade in his English class. He's quite a character. Extremely intelligent, extremely hardworking. A couple of quick facts about Vincent. I learned this, he made me aware of this, I think it was the beginning of the year. He has a dirt bike that he never uses. He absolutely cannot stand open book tests, so grade 6 teachers just, I'm warning you now. He doesn't like to talk about it either, so we'll leave it at that. Along with this fantastic sense of humor, he is an extremely well-liked young man. He constantly needs to be challenged, an extremely out-of-the-box thinker, who's going to continue to be extremely successful as long as he continues to work as hard and care as much as he does now about his work. Great job, man. Congratulations.
Okay. Mr. Guglielmino, by the way, I'd like to thank Mr. Guglielmino for his help with the slideshow. I took the photos, but Mr. G put the slideshow together, so thanks for doing that, Mr. G. Mr. Justin Guglielmino, Brookdale High School graduate, was 2005 or something.
Thank you, Chris. Just like his ability, he had the loudest, most booming voice I've ever heard. And I always jokingly, I don't know if I ever told you this aside, but I always thought if anybody had a future career in opera, it would definitely be Asias. Even though he might have trouble with the definition of the word whisper, he's very good at everything else that pertains to school. He's an extremely hard worker in math. He always has his hand up. He's always focused on the board, participating, all the good qualities that you want out of a student. He's also, and this is very hard to do, I think, for most fifth graders and sixth grader, every student actually, no matter how old you are, is he's very receptive to feedback. Doesn't close himself up if you give him a piece of constructive criticism. Anything I tell him to do, you can see he genuinely cares about it and he tries to improve. He's also a natural leader. and he's beginning to realize how much influence he has over others, and hopefully he can start harnessing that influence and use it to be a great leader in the future for whatever he has to do. Congratulations, Simon. Isabel. Just like every other student that comes up to the ceremony, she's an extremely hard worker. But unlike every other student, she has an extremely unique and loud laugh. She's one of the happiest students I've ever come across. She's always smiling, and she always looks like she enjoys being here. She genuinely cares about her work, and you can see it, the nervous way she walks around my desk when I'm grading a test, and looks and peeks to see if it's hers that I'm grading. She just wants to know if she did well. And if I don't post the grades to Power School and she doesn't know beforehand, she almost doesn't want her test back. She's too afraid. But almost always when it comes back, it's a good grade because she's such a hard worker, she's such a good studier, and just a role model student that I feel privileged to have had in my class. So thank you, Isabel, for being a great kid, and congratulations. Michaela. Michaela is great. One of the first things I noticed about her was that she had the best homework I've ever seen in my life. I used to take her homework and hold it up and just admire it for a little bit before I went on to the next kid. Everything was complete sentences, just perfectly spaced out, so neat, no mistakes. I don't understand how she did it. Maybe she just crumpled it up and did another one every time after she made a mistake, but it was always perfect. I can see from her homework work and also the grades that she gets on her quizzes and tests that she has a tremendous work ethic at home, which is something not to be overlooked because it's easy to come to school and work hard, but if you go home and just play video games all day or don't really open a book or get into your studies, you can fall off. But with Michaela, I have no doubts that she's going to stay on her path right now and continue to be successful. In lessons, she's extremely focused. Sometimes she's even more focused than me. I have tendencies to, get off little sidetrack stories sometimes and make it fun, interesting for the kids. Michaela's ready to learn though, always. And once she gets back into the math, she's back with her pencil in her hand, writing and taking notes. It's been a great pleasure to have her in my class. I know she'll go on to many great things. Congratulations, Michaela. Joshua, yeah. Joshua works very hard in school and he works very hard at home on his jokes. He comes in almost every day with a new joke he's trying out. And sometimes Mr. Roloff and I, who's one of the powers in my room, we look at each other a little puzzled from what he says, but at least he's trying, right? So counts for something. He's always interested in what's happening in class, and just like every other student, he's focused on what he's doing. I think that's a trademark of a really good student, is the ability to stay concentrated and to stay focused at the task at hand, and Joshua exemplifies that every single day. He sits in the back of the room too, which is even harder to concentrate, especially when you have a class size of 28 kids, and he's way in the back, but he's able to do it day in and day out, which is truly remarkable for me. He's from another district, and usually when kids come in, after the first week of school, it's always like, oh, I wonder what we're going to get. But Joshua has been nothing but a blessing to my class, and I'm so glad that he's here, and I hope he plans to stay so that the sixth grade teachers get to have such a wonderful student. Congratulations, Joshua.
Michael Menta. This is actually the second Menta that I've been able to award Bengal Pride to. He's following in family tradition right here with getting this prestigious award. Michael is a type of kid that is able to quietly go about his business, and some days you might even forget he's there. But he does everything perfectly. And when you look over his shoulder, or you check in on his group, and you just put at ease knowing that Michael is part of this group, part of this learning community. And it makes it a lot easier for the teacher to have such a great student like Michael in my class. He's very conscientious with everything he does. He's always reminding me for things he has to do, things he has to pick up. He gets a lot of packages too for his mom to bring home, and every day there's like someone in my room giving him something, and I'm like, Michael, here, don't forget this. And he never forgets it. His mailbox is always overflowing, and I don't know how he does it, but he remembers everything, and I'm sure he makes his mom and dad proud as well as me. So congratulations, Michael. It's been an honor having you in your class.
Thank you, Mr. G. It's a pleasure for me to invite one of our grade 6 teachers, our teacher of language arts in grade 6. This is Mary Donovan. Mary.
Yes, I think so. Right? Good morning. I'm not fortunate. I'm privileged to have 4 Bengal Pride recipients in my homeroom class. First up, Ryan Cruz. Okay, I'm going to have to change things up a little bit and make them all stand up here for a little while. So Ryan attributes his success to finishing his homework and work on time, focusing on work until he's done, not leaving work till the last minute, and being very friendly. And I can attest to he does accomplish all of those well. Thank you, Ryan. You're staying up here. Okay. Next is Adrian Montero. Definitely looking sharp. Adrian attributes his success as a student to turning homework in on time, studying for tests and quizzes, working hard, and caring about his grades. Thank you, Adrian. It definitely shows. Jacqueline or Jackie Solomon. Jackie attributes her success as a student to being trustworthy, always doing her work, and always trying her best. And it shows. And Madam Zynek. Madden attributes her success to focusing on what she's learning and all of her schoolwork. She immediately does her work and doesn't wait until the last minute. She's responsible and she makes sure that every part of her assignment is done. And she does that well. Congratulations, Madden. Because we are departmentalized, so these 4 students are in my homeroom class, yet all 3 of us are privileged to have all 62 of them, actually. Success. I want to say success is about setting goals and achieving them. And the secret of success, as we've heard from many before us just now, is hard work. Hard work helps us develop our potential to the maximum and strive for excellence. In any field, hard work helps us be better prepared to face adverse situations and helps an average student to become extraordinary. These are extraordinary students. I believe it was Michelangelo who said, if people knew how hard I had to work to gain my mastery, it wouldn't seem wonderful at all. But I'd like you to join me in celebrating and acknowledging that all of their hard work and well-deserved praise. Thank you. I'm going to take a few moments of, and I want to say expunge this bubbling pride as well, just to say that Max Day and Vincent Lee were both in my first kindergarten class 12 years ago. I am so proud of their achievements.
I'm proud to introduce our teacher of grade 6 math, Mr. Tim White. Tim.
Hello. Instead of quoting Michelangelo, I'll quote somebody even smarter, my mother, Wendy White. I made the transformation from an okay student to a good student from 4th to 5th grade. 4th grade, mostly A's, B's, maybe a C in social studies. Sorry, Mr. Ryder. But 5th grade, really, I had teachers that made me want to be better, and I got straight A's. And when I went home, my mom said, there's no such thing as a straight A student that hates school. And she's absolutely right, because if you love what you do and you strive to fully understand the work that you're getting, you end up developing a passion for it. And seeing all these kids out here, and especially the valedictorian, these wonderful students here, you know, we have a passion for academics. And these are the future leaders of society. So please keep working hard, because not only will you be happier, you will know more, and mathematically you will probably make more money. So keep working hard. So I would like to call up Kiana. That's never mind, Andy. Come on up, Andy. First off, I wanted to thank Andy for keeping me grounded. We do book club together, and usually he gives me the 1 week warning where he has already read the book about twice, and he says, Mr. White, you know it's next Wednesday, right? Here's the book, we'll get started, and you're gonna do a great job. So he is very, very kind and helpful in that regard. Andy has a lot going for him. He has something that I like to call the big three, and that is he is brilliant academically. He works hard, things come naturally easy to him, and he gets phenomenal grades, as you see. He's a member of the famous Mr. White 100 Club, so his picture is hanging up in my classroom because he's one of the very few students who got a 100 in mathematics for a marking period. Aside from school and academics, which is one, he also is extremely into and smart with sports. So he roots for about 16 NFL teams, so you know he always has a good week, it seems. Only 3 now, okay. But he understands sports, he plays sports, he's athletic, and he fully understands all of sports and what they really teach, the fundamental values of life that they teach. And the third of the big three is that Andy is extremely musically talented. He plays guitar, he sings, he plays a bunch of other instruments, and he's extremely driven and about music. So right now, Andy is leading a very successful life. I know his future will be bright because he's so versatile and so talented at all 3 of these things. So congratulations, Andy. All right, Mr. Ray, you tell me who I'm next. Olivia Daly. Now, I'm going to say the same thing that I told Olivia's father at back to school night. Olivia is mature beyond her years. She sets the bar so high for herself and really strives and works hard to make sure that she reaches those goals. She completes all of her homework. She is visibly upset with herself when she gets anything less than a 90 on a quiz or a test, which is very rare. But I just love seeing that she is that into her work and she takes that much pride in what she does. Something that is a little rare for an elementary student, but as she's growing up and progressing, this is becoming more common in my classes, and that's asking good questions. There's no shame in not knowing something the first time. There's a lot to say about somebody who raises their hand and says, can you show me another example? I had this, and this is how I got it. Can you show me where I went wrong? Having that inquisitive and honest yearning to learn more and to actually get it is something that is really to be valued. So I know, Olivia, I know you will do so well in middle and high school, and I hope you come back and visit, and I wish you all the best. Kiana is a phenomenal combination of brilliance and hardworking. You heard Mrs. Garifo say something about the Challenge 24 game earlier, about one of her 4th grade students. So now it's my turn to talk about Challenge 24. Kiana, first off, she's better than me in this game, so that's a little shameful, but at the same time, if you know how brilliant she is, it's just a testament to her wisdom at this age. She won the town-wide Challenge 24 tournament, so not only... So out of the 32 students in Bloomfield competing, she won landslide victory, which let her and qualified her for the whole county-wide tournament. So all of Essex County competed in this. And she ran away with that one. Absolutely flawless victory, victorious. Best Challenge 24 player. Another testament to her just sheer brilliance is she is the only student I've ever had who has made the 100 club every marking period. So she has 3 consecutive 100s. Now, sometimes you see people naturally this smart and they say, okay, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna just play and go out with my friends and watch TV. That's not Kiana. I think Kiana actually logs onto her computer once she's in Wi-Fi range of her house and starts doing IXL, the mathematics program. As a testament to how hard she works, she has done 126 hours of IXL this year, which is 87 hours more than the person who has 2nd place. So. Now lately I've been trying to give her some subliminal messages as to what I want her future to hold. But I know that whatever she chooses, she'll be great at, she will succeed, and I just hope that she comes back and visits and remembers her 6th grade math teacher. So congratulations, Kiana. Okay, Adele Demasier. Not necessarily academic related, but Adele is lovely. Every morning she walks in with a big smile on her face, always wearing these wonderful bright colors, and honestly, it's hard to not be contagious with that. She walks in, I start smiling, she's giving high fives, excited. Like she comes to work, she comes to class as if it's a job that she loves having, and she honestly makes working every day, she makes it better for me. She always brings a smile to everybody's faces. Sometimes if I give a mathematics lesson or quiz or test that's a little too hard, she's always so enthusiastic about it. She always says, come on guys, we got this. And it's just, you need somebody like that. My high school coach told me that a positive attitude is contagious. And every time she walks in the room, everyone wants to be in her group because she's so bubbly and wonderful. It's honestly, it's a blessing. She surrounds herself with hardworking peers, so she's putting herself in a situation to succeed. She never questions, or she never struggles to ask a question if she doesn't understand a problem, and she will be dearly missed. So, Adele, good luck in the future. I know you'll be successful, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. White. It's an honor for me to introduce one of my good friends here, Mr. Jeff Pride. Mr. Pride.
Thank you, Mr. Davey. And I would just like to say before I start, I also had the privilege and blessing to teach the other 6th grade Bengal Pride students, and listening to Ms. Donovan and Mr. White speak about them makes me a little envious that I had no moment to share some praises about them too, but I congratulate all of you 6th graders who work very hard. Now, I have 4 Bengal Pride students in my homeroom that I'd like to introduce to you. The first is Julia Vian. As I see Julia walk up to the front, she has that very cute and happy smile on her face. She's a wonderful girl, and every day when she does come to the classroom, it's contagious. She's happy and very friendly girl, and makes her classmates and teacher feel good. Now, Julia is one of the best and brightest, and I will certainly badly miss her. One of the sad things about being in 6th grade is that you don't get to see your students any longer until they return. Hope they do. Julia possesses what I would call a quiet enthusiasm. Strong, powerful enthusiasm in her heart, always burning, but she's quiet and very calm. But when you give Julia work to do, a project, and you look at her, you see her eyes start to shine and a gleam comes to them. And you can see the fire inside of her, and she always produces excellent work. She never does shy away from any task that I give her. And about being quiet, I liken her to a Bengal tiger. You give her work to do, and she's quiet, and you're watching, and she just pounces on it and takes it to some really fine places. I would like you to join me in congratulating Julia on earning her wonderful award, the Bengal Pride. Good girl. Peter? Noyun, please come. Now, Peter is such a wonderful young man. I very much enjoy Peter. He's not only highly intelligent, which I could go on and on about, but what impresses me most of all about Peter is his helpfulness. During the hectic parts of the day for me, it seems like Peter goes into action and becomes like some kind of superhero. It's almost like he can read my mind, and he will ask me if he can do something for me before I've even fully understood what I need to do. It's like he's already ahead of me. And at the end of class, and the classroom floor is sometimes a real big mess, and I'm thinking, oh, before I go home today, I'm going to be doing that and that and that. I look, and Peter's got a broom in his hand, and he's already sweeping up. Now, he's a brilliant young man, but he's also got a caring heart, and I want to commend Peter for that. Without a doubt, he is exceptional. Peter is humble and helpful. Oh yeah, he certainly is exceptional. And I would like you to join me in honoring Peter and congratulate him on his earning the Bengal Pride. Camila Rodriguez. This morning is definitely giving me a lot of great pleasure, and I'm enjoying seeing all the children, and I especially enjoy seeing Camilla receive the Bengal Pride. I can say with utmost certainty that Camilla is one of the nicest people you will ever meet. I've had the pleasure of knowing her for 2 years in a row. Now, please note that those 2 years did not come from Camilla staying back. This is Bengal Pride, after all. Rather, I moved up with the 5th graders from last year to 6th grade. And I've been very blessed to have Camilla in my homeroom for a second time. Camilla is everything that smart is. She puts effort into all her work, she sets a high standard for herself, and she sure exemplifies a love for learning. But what I remember most about Camilla is her genuine kindness and her thoughtful consideration for all her classmates and me. This young lady has a genuinely good heart, and she is a blessing to her classmates every day. Please join me in honoring Camila Rodriguez for her big accomplishment of earning Bengal Pride. Alyssa Valentine. It's a real delight for me to see Alyssa receive the honor of Bengal Pride. She is among the most cheerful and friendly people you could ever meet. Every day she works hard and takes her schoolwork very seriously. She truly has a strong work ethic and without fail is helpful and encouraging. She possesses all those wonderful characteristics in great measure, yet there is one more thing that stands out in my mind. Alyssa is indomitable. This young lady truly comes to school every day, rain or shine, healthy or under the weather, and she remains indomitable. She always is busy being a good student and being friendly and encouraging to her classmates, and even helpful and encouraging to me. She has often brought a smile to my face when she may say that or see that I'm having a difficult time with something, and that happens. And she'll provide a word of encouragement to help me with the moment. She is among the rare individuals who has much for herself, but also has a lot left over for others. Please join me in honoring Alyssa Valentine for her big accomplishment.
Let's thank our teachers for all those wonderful, thoughtful comments today. So, thank you, teachers. Great job. You know, I mentioned parents and someone, Mr. White mentioned moms. I do want to thank someone who's here as well, and this is the mom of Mr. Max Aday. Will you stand up, please, Mrs. Aday? We've known each other for about 18 years, I think. And she was good enough to come and spend 9 years and enjoy the pride of being this year. Thank you, Mrs. Aday. Okay. Folks, in closing, I just want to reiterate what I alluded to earlier. A school is as good as its families. I don't care where you live in this country. If you pay attention to what you need to do, the results are as you see them. And we thank you. I personally have known many of you for 6, 7, 10 years plus. And it's been an honor to see your children come to school and an honor for us to have an opportunity in seeing them succeed. So I thank the adults as much as I thank the students because you make it work. So thank you again, and I'll see you a few more times.